Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, the NASCAR Xfinity Series Alsco uniforms 250 from Hotlanta. So far in 2022, I am 8-6 on my picks in the Truck Series, 9-7 in the Xfinity Series, 5-15 in the Cup Series. Now, Cup does include the Busch Light Classic Coliseum, and it also includes the All-Star Race. 9-7 the Xfinity Series, not horrible. So in the spring here at Hotlanta, Josh Berry won Stage 1, followed by Noah Gragson, Justin Allgaier, Sam Mayer, and Trevor Bayne. Stage 2 winner was AJ Allmendinger, followed by Daniel Hemrick, Jade Buford, Sage Karam, Sheldon Creed. There was 3,126 green flag lap passes. That's 26.9 per lap. We had 10 cautions for 56 laps, 11 lead changes. AJ Allmendinger led the most laps at 41, Noah Gragson 38, Trevor Bayne 38, Austin Hill 27. We have 250 miles, 251.02 miles, 163 laps, 3 stages, 40, 40, and 83. We have 38 cars for 38 spots. So the week that was at Road America, so many people talked about Noah Gragson and Sage Karam. I actually tweeted Sage Karam on Twitter on Saturday, literally called him a back marker, and he goes, "If I'm a back marker, what does that make Noah?" Yeah, good point there. I don't like the fact that there was a penalty involved. Here's the thing. Noah got docked 30 points. We found that out today. I'm kind of glad I'm doing this video tonight. He's still 4th in points. That changes absolutely positively nothing. NASCAR is a hypocrite because they did that. Now here's why I say that. Back in 2010, we all know Ryan Perriman, Boys Have At It, came about. As time progressed, we all know that Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano, Joey takes Matt out at Kansas, eliminates Matt from the playoffs. At Martinsville, second from the cutoff race at the time, it wasn't the cutoff race. We know Matt Kenseth's having a bad day, was on 6-7 laps down. He, Ricky Bobbied it out of the pits and right into and walled Logano. Kenseth got parked, suspended for 3 races. He was laps down. We know Texas, Ron Hornaday Jr., Kyle Busch, on a caution lap. Kyle walled Hornaday. He got parked for the weekend. We have just this year at Portland, Jesse Iwuji, whatever his name is, whatever happened, he damn near tried to wall Ty Gibbs. He got parked. These precedents were set. Caution laps. Let's go back to last year. Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott. We all know what happened to Bristol. We all know what happened at the Royal Bowl. Harvick got into him. Harvick did it on purpose. You could see it. I've literally rewatched it. This year at Coda, you're telling me Ross didn't get into AJ on purpose because AJ got into Ross 2 corners before that. At Darlington, William Byron ran Joey to the wall on the restart. Joey thought it was dirty. Joey dirtied him up on the last lap for the win. And said it after the fact. Okay, so we fast forward. Road America. Noah Gragson. Him and Sage, we've all watched it. We know what happened 2 corners before this. He puts Noah in the dirt. Noah comes out and just hung a right. It's the same thing as these precedents you've already set. You're a freaking hypocrite if you fine him points and money when you didn't fine these other people. That's what makes me so just about it. If you would have parked him on the spot, okay, you know what? He shouldn't have done that. 100% agree. But you didn't. You've let these other ones go as the boys have at it. So what is it? Because there was 11 cars involved. So if you boys have at it until you crash 10 cars or more, and then we're going to step in. With the Cup Series, the next gen car, the tire penalty. If a tire comes off, 4-race suspension. They have not changed that, and we've had big teams, small teams, everything in between. We had a team, Kurt Busch, tire came off, but he was still in the pits. NASCAR went, okay, new rule, we're going to modify the rule. Tire comes off, period, no matter what. In your pit stall, wherever, if tire comes off, it's still a penalty. We know this now. If you're going to say boys have at it, set a precedent, and these 3 other occasions, lap down car, caution, caution, we do something. Green flag, we don't touch it. Now on green flag, because there's, yeah. At this point, I've already done my picks for this race, and Noah's actually one of my picks. Good. I am picking Noah Gragson here on out the rest of the regular season. I want Noah to win the regular season championship now. I want these points to mean absolutely, positively nothing to change anything about the season for Noah. All right, we are at Hotlanta. Let's get started this week. We're done last week. So, we know Super Speedway package. It drives like a Super Speedway, but yet it's a 1.5 miles. So, I'm going to look at the intermediate tracks. The last 6 intermediate tracks in 2022. Ty Gibbs, 2 wins, 6.0 average finish. Justin Allgaier, 2 wins, 8.6 average finish. Sam Mayer, 10.3. Riley Herbst, 10.8. Brandon Jones, 11.3. Austin Hill, 11.5. Landon Castle, 12.3. I'm curious what happens with Landon Castle this year because Voyager, his sponsor, filed bankruptcy. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens with that going forward. Is that going to affect Colic Racing? Has Voyager already paid them? What's going to happen? They're going to get other sponsors going to be able to step up. What's going to happen with that 10 ride? The 10. That's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. Daniel Hemrick, 13.6, and Noah Gragson, 13.6. If you look at the last 3 races at just Atlanta, Ty Gibbs, that was his win was the only. He won in Atlanta earlier this year. That was his only start at Atlanta. Austin Hill, he finished 2nd, his only start at Atlanta. Landon Castle, his only start in the last 3 races at Atlanta, finished 5th. AJ Allmendinger in the last 3 races, averaged 7th. Sheldon Creed, 9th. Riley Herbst, 9.6. Ryan Sieg, 10.6. Justin Allgaier, 14. Noah Gragson, 14. And Jeb Burton, 14. Points, 10 races left. Here's the thing about Noah and the points. I'm going to say one more thing about that because I forgot to mention this earlier. 30 points. It's almost like NASCAR looked at the points and said, how many points can we dock Noah Gragson and not move him out of 4th place? So what I'm looking at right now isn't even updated yet. This still has him at 595 points. So they took 30 away, so that gives him 565. 5th place, his teammate is at 560. The next spot is 495. These points are going to reset in 10 races. So you're not even going to notice those 30 points when everything resets because he's got 16 playoff points. If NASCAR wants to set a new precedent and say, okay, boys have at it, you cause a multi-car crash, we're going to do this. Dock playoff points. So he's got 16 playoff points. Take half of those away. Plain and simple. You say, okay, if we deem this was an intentional act, we will dock you half the playoff points that you currently have. Now, for some teams, that's going to be, nope, no one cares. For some teams, it's going to be. It's hard at this point, the way the points are, to get it fair for everyone. You dock Sage Karam. You dock him 30 driver points. He is currently he's sitting 43rd in points with 3 starts. He has 44 points. You ding him 30, it does nothing for him because he's only a part-time driver. You ding the 44 car 30 points, owner points, that can make a difference. Just like they ding the 930 owner points. Again, owner points, driver points match up. He's still 4th. It does not matter. I was going to look that up. Okay. So right now, playoffs. AJ Allmendinger is leading the regular season. He's got a 9-point lead over Ty Gibbs for the regular season championship. Umdinger's got 2 wins. Ty Gibbs has got 4 wins. 34 points behind that is Justin Allgaier. Was 39 points behind that, which is now 69 points behind, is Noah Gragson in 4th with 2 wins. So, I mean, he still could win the regular season title. Josh Berry's 5th with 2 wins. Brandon Jones is 6th with a win. Sam Mayer is sitting 7th in points, plus 169 to the cut line. Austin Hill is 8th in points with a win. 9th is Riley Herbst with 136 to the cut line. 10th, Daniel Hemrick, 99 to the cut line. Ryan Sieg, 82. And then Landon Castle is in 12th, plus 72. Right outside looking their way in, Anthony Alfredo, minus 72. Brett Moffitt, minus 87. Brandon Brown, minus 88. Brandon Brown got caught up in Noah's deal. Brandon Brown ended up finishing 34th. Moffitt was in that. He finished 35th. Those are 2 drivers that are fighting for points because there's 1 point between the 2 of them right now. Between Brett Moffitt in 14th and Brandon Brown in 15th, there's 1 point separating those 2. So those are 2 drivers that were having some good runs that got caught up in this. They don't have to wall Noah Gragson to get their point across, but Atlanta, they hang him out. New Hampshire, Pocono, Indy, they get run him rough. Michigan, we got another road course. We got Daytona. We go to Darlington, Kansas, Bristol. They get in his way. They make it almost impossible for him to get around them. That's going to make a difference. Jeff Burton is 16th, minus 94. Sheldon Creed, 17th, minus 98. At 72 points, you're going to have to win to get in. Here's the unique thing about this. Those 5 drivers that are on the outside looking in, 3 of them belong to ARCA Motorsports, which is affiliated with Richard Childress Racing. They're on the Richard Childress campus. One of those cars is Richard Childress's car. And then Brandon Brown, I think, gets engines from ECR. Landon Castle is 12th in points. Colic Racing, which works with RCR. I think it's on the same campus as well. So you have a lot of alliances here with RCR and an RCR car that are kind of all fighting for the same thing, same real estate. So this could be a fun 10 races. Now, my picks to win at Whole Hot Atlanta. So like I said earlier, Ty Gibbs was 1st, Austin Hill 2nd, AJ Allmendinger 3rd, Riley Herbst 4th, Landon Castle 5th. That was Landon Castle's one of 3 top 5s he has this year. My 4 picks. Obviously, I got to go with Ty Gibbs because he won already this year in Atlanta. Justin Allgaier always runs well at super speedways and intermediates. Austin Hill, because of that, what was he? 2nd place finish here at Atlanta. Noah Gragson. Again, every week, the next 10 weeks, Noah Gragson is one of my 4 picks. I want Noah to go out there and hopefully he had the meeting with Kelly Earnhardt Miller. I know I tweeted out about, somebody tweeted about, because she stood up for him, we're not embarrassed by him, we'll talk to him basically. And I tweeted out about that. It's what I expected, that they need to have their come to Jesus meeting with him. Kelly Earnhardt Miller tweeted to me on that she's going to have him read her book out loud, and there's a chapter on emotions. He needs to work on it, but he's a young kid. You know what? You got that hunger. If I was a sponsor, if I owned a car, he's got the hunger. I would definitely want him driving for me because he's passionate about it. I know, listen to Speedway on XM Satellite Radio with Dave Moody, listen to Morning Drive, Pete Pistone and Mike and Bagman Mike Bagley. You hear people calling in. People call in and say, I think Junior needs to get rid of Noah Gragson and put his nephew Jeffrey Earnhardt in the car. Really? I know Dale Jr.'s talked to some interviews about it. He's like, look, we talked to him. We're gonna get through this. He told Noah, he's I'm behind you, except when you do stuff like this, and it's hard for me to be behind you. You want to be a Cup driver. We're wanting to have a Cup team. Can't be like this in the Cup Series, So he's a young kid. He's learning. All these kids got to learn. That's the only negative side about the Truck Series right now. ARCA, you get these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids 19 and 20, talking about Xfinity and Cup. They're still immature to a point. They're still hotheads. They're still learning how to be a professional. They're thrown into this, scene of these fast cars, media and everything. They're still learning, So, Noah, when did he start Xfinity racing? I mean, he's getting ready to turn 24 years old in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. He's had 4 full seasons. This is his 4th full season in the Xfinity Series with Junior Motorsports. He was with KBM in the Truck Series for 2 years. The kid's fast. The kid can win races. We just got to understand. And there's even, if you go to Wikipedia, I'm not going to say it here on the channel, but if you go to Wikipedia and look him up, there's some personal life stuff that could definitely affect him. And so I think a lot of that combined, I think he just needs some tutelage from Kelly and Art Miller and from Dale Jr., and I think he'll be all right. But all right, that's going to wrap up the Alsco Uniforms 250 preview, along with some other topics that we I kind of went over there. But again, the 4 picks to win: Ty Gibbs, Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, and Noah Gragson. I am 9-7 in Xfinity Series this year. Check out the Cup Series and the Truck Series video. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.